stood beside Michael on stage for over 60 years. He was the steady one, the brother who kept the Jackson Five's rhythm section together long after the spotlight moved elsewhere. And on September 15th, 2024, the world lost Toriano Taryll, Tito Jackson, at the age of 70, the second of the 9 Jackson siblings to pass, after Michael's death in 2009. This is the story of his final days, his heartbreaking passing, and the emotional farewell his family gave him. Tito was born October 15th, 1953, in Gary, Indiana, the third of 10 children born to Joseph and Catherine Jackson. He was there from the very beginning, a founding member of the Jackson Five, alongside Jackie, Jermaine, Marlon, and Michael, and later part of the Jacksons after the group's move to Epic Records. Long after the group's commercial peak, Tito kept performing, kept touring, and became something of the family's steady anchor, the brother fans and bandmates alike affectionately called Coach Tito or Papa T. Just days before his death, Tito had been on tour in Europe. Less than a week before he passed, he visited a memorial dedicated to Michael in Munich, Germany, alongside his brothers Jackie and Marlon, sharing the moment on Instagram before their show. Nothing about that visit suggested what was coming. According to a press release from the Gallup Police Department in New Mexico, a police officer was flagged down near the American Heritage Center on the evening of September 15th and alerted that someone needed medical attention. An ambulance was called, and Tito was pronounced dead upon arrival at the hospital. Family friend and manager Steve Manning later told Entertainment Tonight that Tito had been traveling toward Oklahoma when he suffered a heart attack. The news broke first through the people who knew him best, his sons. Taj, TJ, and Taryll Jackson announced their father's passing on Instagram with a heartbreaking tribute, sharing a carousel of photos and writing that they were shocked, saddened, and heartbroken, calling him an incredible man who cared about everyone and their well-being. They closed their message the way their father always signed off, reminding fans to do what our father always preached: love one another. It was a tribute that captured exactly who Tito was to the people who loved him. Not just a member of the most famous musical family in the world, but a devoted, warm-hearted dad who fans nicknamed Tito Time. Tributes poured in almost immediately from across the music industry. Drummer and producer Jonathan Moffett, who had worked closely with the Jackson family for decades, wrote that he was stunned and devastated, describing Tito as being like a brother to him. Entertainment reporter Kevin Frazier recalled a wild, unforgettable night watching Tito perform at Jamaica's Sunsplash Festival, a set that started so late it didn't begin until nearly 3 a.m. Yet, not a single fan left early. Musicians, including Questlove, also shared their memories of him in the days that followed. But it would take almost 7 weeks before the Jackson family could lay Tito to rest. In early November 2024, family and friends gathered for his funeral at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California, the same Southern California cemetery complex where Michael Jackson and their father, Joseph Jackson, are both buried. Mourners photographed at the service included Tito's siblings Marlon and LaToya Jackson, Michael's children, Paris and Biggie, Blanket Jackson, and members of the extended Jackson family, including Jermaine's sons Jafar and Jer Majesty. Tito's ex-wife, Dolores Jackson, and designer Kimora Lee Simmons were also seen among those paying their respects. After the public service in Glendale, The Jackson family held a smaller, private ceremony a few miles away at Forest Lawn's Hollywood Hills location, where Tito was ultimately interred not at the Glendale Cemetery where the public funeral took place, but at the separate Hollywood Hills property, the same complex associated with other entertainment legends, laid to rest in the Los Angeles area. It was there, surrounded only by his closest family, that Tito Jackson was finally laid to rest. His mother, Katherine Jackson, then 94 years old, survived him now, having outlived 2 of her 9 children. First Michael in 2009, and then Tito 15 years later. For a family that has weathered so much loss and scrutiny in the public eye, Tito's passing was a quieter kind of grief. Not a scandal, not a controversy, just a family saying goodbye to a brother, a father, and a foundational voice of one of the most influential groups in music history. Tito Jackson never chased the spotlight the way some of his siblings did. He didn't need to. He was there for every era of Motown's golden years, the Jacksons' reinvention at Epic, and decades of solo blues work and family reunions that followed. And when he passed, it wasn't with the chaos that often surrounds the Jackson name in headlines. It was with a family quietly gathering one more time to say goodbye to one of their own. Rest in peace, Tito Jackson. October 15th, 1953, September 15th, 2024. If you enjoyed this look back at Tito Jackson's life and legacy, subscribe for more stories about the people behind music's biggest names, and let us know in the comments your favorite memory of Tito and the Jackson 5.